Does what happens in Austin really affect kids like me in Humble ISD?
In 2008, our community was gracious enough to support a 13-cent tax rate increase for operating purposes. Those 13 cents for us then generated $17.9 million. And in 2011, in one fell swoop by the legislature, all of that, and then some, was taken away via state aid.
Cuts in funding in Texas really made teachers afraid for their jobs. Teachers across this state thought about, am I going to come back to a classroom next year?
As that stress got higher and that contract was pulled back, they did find other positions, and we did end up having to cut about 20% of our staff at the high school level.
We lost a planning period, which of course made all of us have to work even harder outside of the school.
I think what I have seen in my own child, and certainly my children, is just the pressure to perform. This idea that scores are a reflection of intellect.
Well, the additional state mandated testing has affected class time because it pulls us out of our classes to actually issue and give out the tests.
It stresses out a lot of kids, and it makes them nervous about coming and taking these tests and everything, and I think that it's unwanted and it's not necessary.
Texas requires currently high school students to successfully complete 15 end-of-course, let's call it, end-of-course exams in order to graduate. 15 tests, various course areas. If you rank all 50 states in the country on the basis of the NAEP, the National Assessment of Educational Progress, that's the way the U.S. Department of Ed compares the states in reading and math achievement. If you rank all 50 states, Texas ranks 13. If you look at the top 10 performing states on NAEP, 7 of the 10 states require 0 end-of-course exams to graduate. The other three of the top 10 states require 3 end-of-course exams. Why are we requiring 15? It doesn't make good sense. And I'll argue strenuously, it is not good for kids, it is not good for teachers, it's just not good.
Pushing these kids to be in the same track, to be the same as every other kid, seems to me illogical. It doesn't make sense because it does not help them to flourish their interest and develop their strength. And to me as a parent, I think to me that is unfair, and it does not define quality education.
There are a number of extraordinarily, in my opinion, productive careers available to children that do not require any level of knowledge or mastery, let alone in chemistry and physics. So why are we requiring that of literally every high school graduate? We have a current graduation requirement, a graduation plan that really not only discourages, but in many ways prohibits kids from having the flexibility to pursue what we now call career and technical education courses. A certified welder, after their apprentice year or 18 months, whatever it is, makes a pretty darn good living. And if a kid is interested in that, it seems to me it's our responsibility to help facilitate and prepare them.
Currently, we require all of our students to take 4 years in all core classes such as math and science. That's great if the student is pursuing a career in that field. But it can hinder, for example, students who are wanting to take advantage of our CTE programs and earn certifications.
For me, the issue with the 4x4 model is that it really inhibits people from going after what they are successful at and what they enjoy. Instead, we have this constant pressure to meet some mysterious, magical number of requirements that is going to be our best education. But the best education is what is most proper for you as an individual, rather than you as just this standardized student that a 4x4 model makes us into.
I wrote a letter to the House and Senate Education Committee. If I can make a difference, you can too.